So this is the day 1 of 8th grade lessons. So today we're just starting out with one lesson. Going forward, we'll probably do 2 or 3 lessons per day, and they're not very long. But today I don't want to overwhelm you guys. We're just figuring this out. So we're just going to do lesson 7, which is on pages 9 and 10 of the 8th grade reading packet. So today is Thursday, April 9th. That's the day that we're working on for today. So I know that there's a tiny bit of a glare, but everything that we're going over is on top of page 9 in the packet. So first we're going to look at active voice, and then we're going to look at passive voice. So these are just 2 different forms of verb phrases. So first, active voice. The active voice is the subject of the sentence performing an action. Performs is the main word there. That's the word that you want to pay attention to. So the subject of a sentence is whatever the sentence is talking about. So if we're looking at this example, it says Maddie won the all-around student achievement contest. We're talking about Maddie. Maddie is the subject. Okay? So if we said Jordan rode his bike to school, what's the subject of the sentence? Jordan. Okay? So it's whatever the sentence is talking about. So here, Maddie is the subject. So let's go ahead and label Maddie as our subject. Okay, so active voice is the subject of the sentence performing an action. So we're looking for a verb that Maddie is performing. So what is Maddie doing? She's winning. She won something. So our action here is won. So we can say it's our action or our verb. Okay? Active voice, I would say, is probably more common than passive voice. So most of you, probably this is pretty easy to understand. Okay? Passive voice is when the subject receives. The key word in this one is receives. We had performed and now we have receives. So the subject receives the action completed by the verb. Okay? So this time the sentence says the all-around student achievement award was won by Maddie. So what's the main thing we're talking about in this sentence? Are we mainly talking about Maddie? No, because the sentence isn't mostly about Maddie. The sentence is mostly about the all-around student achievement award. So what we're going to do is label the all-around student achievement award as our subject. So our subject is the all-around student achievement award. Now, what did the all-around student achievement award do? Well, it was received by Maddie. It was won by Maddie. Now, what we're looking at in the word was is it's a past participle. So we'll just put past participle. The past participle is in the word won. Now, a past participle, it sounds way more complicated than it is. All a past participle is, it's a past tense of a verb. Is pretty much all that a past participle is. So, if you win something, you are currently doing that. So if we said Maddie was winning the all-around student achievement award, she's currently winning it. Won is past tense. She won it in the past. Okay? So most of the time past participles are going to end with ed, like he looked, or he graded, he passed, that type of thing. Okay? But here we're looking at one. There's just some verbs that don't end with ed, and we all know what those are. Now the word was is considered a helping verb. All a helping verb is it pairs with this verb, which a past participle is just a type of verb. Okay? So it pairs with this verb to make a verb phrase. And our verb phrase was won. Because if we said the all-around student achievement award won by Maddie, that doesn't make sense. We need that word was to help our verb. Okay? So I know that this is kind of confusing. We're going to go through a little bit of examples together on page 9 where it says guided practice, and then independent practice is on page 10, and that's what you guys will complete independently. So we're going to take a look at the guided practice together now. So So for 8th grade, we're just going to take a look at the practice questions. Ignore where this is because I messed up the first time that I was recording it. So up here is what we went over on the board together. So what we're going to do is just the guided practice together. So if you read the directions for the guided practice, it says underline the simple subject in each sentence, then write A for active and P for passive to identify the voice of each sentence. All that the simple subject is the one word noun that explains what we're talking about in that sentence. So, so let's read the first one. Actually, let's read the hint first. It says, in the passive voice, the person who performs the action isn't always identified. For example, the award will be presented on Friday. The sentence doesn't tell who will present the award, but award is the simple subject. It doesn't perform the action because it's passive. So, for number 1, it says, Maddie is considered one of the best writers in school. So, the simple subject, as we already underlined, would be Maddie. Let's go ahead and write simple subject above that, just so we know what we're talking about. So, when it says Maddie is considered one of the best writers in school, does it say Maddie's writing? We can infer that she's writing because it says she's the best writer, but does it say Maddie is writing? No. So, Maddie is considered one of the best writers in school. Considered is our verb, which would be our past participle, like we talked about up here. And so Maddie is not completing the action, therefore it is passive. She writes amazing articles for the school newspaper. She is who we're talking about here, so that's our simple subject. What is she doing? She is writing. She is performing the action of writing. So that would be active voice. Her report on the ways to reduce waste in the cafeteria was chosen as article of the year. So it says her report on ways to reduce waste in the cafeteria was chosen as article of the year. If we look back to our example up here, this looks really similar to our example of passive voice. The all-around student achievement contest was won by Maddie. She was chosen to win article of the year. So her report would be, just the word report would be the simple subject, and it was chosen to be article of the year. So that would be passive voice because it was not winning article of the year, it was chosen as. So it was receiving the award. It was not performing the award. Number 4 says, this year's spring play was also written by Maddie. So the simple subject is play, and the play was written by Maddie. Okay? Is the play writing or is Maddie writing? Maddie is writing. So this would be passive voice. The 8th grader even excels in math and science. So 8th grader is our simple subject. Probably just grader is our simple subject, but even excels in math and science. Is the 8th grader doing something? Yes, they are excelling. So this would be active voice. Last year, she received a chance to go to science camp in Washington, D.C. Who are we talking about? She. What did she do? She received. So here, she again is the simple subject in number 6. And what did she do? She received. So I know this can be misleading because when we say they're receiving something, we think that the verb received would then mean that she's receiving it, but she is actively receiving it herself. Like if we said if we go up and said that she won a chance to go to science camp, let's replace received with won. If we look at the active voice example, it says Maddie won the all-around student achievement contest. So if we look at this as last year, she won a chance to go to science camp, we know that that's active voice. So even though it says received, I know that that's very misleading because she received something, but she is actively receiving it. It's not that some other subject is giving her something. So that's going to be active voice. So number 7 says camp applications were distributed to all students. So applications is going to be our simple subject, and they were distributed to all students. This one, we have were, which is a helping verb and a past participle distributed, so we know it is passive voice. Many students took advantage of the opportunity and applied. So many students, they took advantage, so active voice, because they actively took advantage of the opportunity. They actively took the opportunity. So now what you guys are going to do is you're going to go to page 10 in your packet, and you're going to do the examples that they provide and do that independent practice, and sometime next week we'll go over those. But for now, I just want you guys to do some practice on your own, and we'll be back tomorrow to do a few more lessons.